Welcome to the first episode of Married with Coffee. I'm Jarek,
Hi, Teresa.
and we are more than happy to have you here with us. We're going to get into an array of topics today, some good, some bad, some funny, some not. I'm even going to have some pop-up topics that we're going to talk about that she doesn't know about, so we'll get to see how she reacts to it. That was not in the script. That's why it's called pop-up. But, we'll see what happens. And if you're wondering what's brewing today, we are having New England coffee, flavor hazelnut. She does the coffee shopping and the buying. She stumbled up onto that, looked up a little bit of information. Evidently, they have not paid us for sponsorship. This is our first show, so nobody is sponsoring us. But just a tidbit little thing I thought was funny is they come over from Greece to America around the 1900s, then settle into Boston. New England coffee, no doubt. So it was just funny to me to think that if 200 years later they showed up in the 1700s, a lot of this shit would have ended up in the Bay. You want to know why?
Sure.
The Boston Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party. I just thought that was funny because I wondered, like, when they came over here, did they come over here before the Tea Party or after the Tea Party? And they showed up 200 years later after the Tea Party. And that is a documented riot. Just to say, it's a documented riot. I don't think there were many black people there. So I'm just saying, all riots don't end bad. Got good coffee out of it. So just saying about that. So
When did you research that?
I wanted to find out about anything that we bring on here, especially like the coffee. So I just looked into it last night. Said, hey, let me see if they even from Boston or this coffee is from Boston because it's New England. So I said maybe they're from overseas or are they actually from up a few states? And so when I looked it up, they said they came over from Greece, which is not where I thought they were going to come from. Of course, I was kind of shocked about that. I think maybe they did one of those. What are those things that people do now? The heritage bloodline. Try to find something in your heritage bloodline. What is that? Ancestry, right? Don't go to ancestry, by the way. We'll get into that maybe a whole nother episodes later. So I said, you know what? They probably threw that Greece shit in there just to make it have some extra roots. But anyway, they landed up in Boston and then started a breakfast shop and coffee shop, and here we go. We got New England coffee, which I like their coffee.
Okay. Yeah, I just got it because it was buy one get one from Publix. So, but
Well,
you seem to like it, so I just keep buying it when it says buy one get
and
one. There you
I think well, there you go. A bargain turns into a buy. I don't know. I didn't know I thought she probably knew a little bit more about the coffee than I did. But I do like their flavors and their aromas are very acute. If it's blueberry, which they have, it literally smells like blueberry. Now, as far as the taste, it has a taste of blueberry, so don't go and think you're about to be drinking some Welch's blueberry juice or something like that. But the coffee is very good. All right, so off with the coffee. Pop-up topic, just to know, my wife gave me some shenanigans last week. This lady, I'm just gonna say it right off the back, she loves change. Like Obama was her favorite president. I'm telling you that. Change, all right? Every 2 years, it's average. Every 2, 3 years, she feels like she has to change something.
go. Okay.
Her car,
My car's not every 2 years
it seems like it.
because I pay it off, so it doesn't take me 2 years to pay it off.
Well,
Now I might start talking about a new one in 2 years,
yeah,
but it's usually like a 4 year.
4 year turnaround on a car. All right, so I'm lucky I even lasted this long. Like, I'm surprised I ain't been swapped out. We done made it past 2 years and I ain't been swapped out yet. But last week, oh shit, I might have spoke too goddamn soon. But anyway, I was gonna say, there's a spot in our kitchen. She's been wanting to get replaced. So I tried to finagle her in to Home Depot because I know this spot is gonna become a legitimate portal for a whole fucking construction. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna go to Home Depot and see if I can finagle her and say, you know what? I can replace this. I can fix this. No go. She don't want to fix. She want the whole floor change.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So I'm
It's
thinking,
been the same floor since we moved in here.
I mean, I'm just of the kind where it's like, hey,
And the people before us obviously had it. So it's been in there for a long time.
I'm just like it ain't too broke. Don't I mean patch it. Let's go. That's the
It's
man in
outdated
me.
and it is a little broke, which is why I wanted that area fixed. But why I just fix that area? I mean, I don't even know.
Cause I'm a fixer.
We can't fix that.
So I said to myself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some time Christmas, and I'm gonna do this whole first floor.
And you should still do it.
No, I should not still
Yes,
do it
you should
because
still do do it.
No, because then what she says to me is, "Oh, we're not gonna be here long."
I said a year to 2 years, but that
no,
doesn't mean that we should
no,
fix it because
she said a year, and I'm just saying, when you talk about doing a whole floor renovation, that's not like no
it's
$400, $300.
gonna help.
So it's like I'm a upgrade to then leave grade. Nah, I don't want to do
It's
that.
gonna help the value when we sell the house, if we sell the house or whatever. We
That
don't
I
know
need
what
to
might
see.
transpire.
Yeah,
And I said a year to 2 years, and then I said
she
okay,
did.
more like 2 years,
She did.
because our daughter's probably gonna want to graduate from the high school that she's at. She's a sophomore, so then to be her senior year, maybe after she graduates. But
Picture that.
so yeah, so why do I want to still look at it, the piece that's broken for 2 years?
That's why I said I fix it, but she don't want to fix it.
No, I said go ahead and fix it. I told you to go ahead,
Oh,
and you said no. Well, when I say fix,
well,
I
see,
mean
that's
a
because,
whole new floor.
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was about to get her to like, oh, it's on camera. I'm gonna fix that spot today.
No, but that's what I mean by fix.
Yeah, she means replace.
Yes.
That's not really fixing. That's just replacing.
Is it not going to fix the problem?
Well,
Is the problem still going to
yeah,
be
the
around?
problem will be absolved.
Okay.
You
So
know,
whether you want to
much
say
unlike.
fix, replace.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Much unlike our
So
current country status.
yeah. So are you going to do it?
I don't know about that. I'm still debating. I mean, that's a lot of work and then money for. I'm putting it in my hard time because I want to gift her. You know, I really want to do it for her. But it's like
But that's
if
what
I
we
do it
do.
and then she turn around 6 months later, like,
That's what
oh,
we
I
do.
found a beautiful house. Yeah, it is what
I'm
we
not
do.
looking in 6 months.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
What was your pop-up talking?
I know. I ain't mad at it. I was hoping to like get you into it. See if these people on YouTube could probably get in the comment section and be like, hey, just let the man fix it without
You can't
replacing it.
fix it.
Listen, you cut the section out and you replace that section.
You can't even find that pattern design.
Don't tell me what I can't find. I can find stuff.
Well, we're not going to find it.
Yep, that's the point. All right. So we're not going to find it. So let's find our first topic. And our first topic is.
Well, are we
Oh,
going to talk about, like, since this is our first episode, are we going to talk about and tell the people how long we've even been together?
oh,
Like, we're talking about married.
okay.
With
Married with coffee.
How long? For all they know,
Tell
it
'em.
could be
Tell
6
them.
months.
Did
2 months.
it
Could
ain't?
have been a week ago.
It could have been. Would it even matter to y'all if it was a week ago or 6 months? Would that like give some type of
Maybe
valid?
some people.
Some people might be like, "Oh hell no, I'm not listening to them. They only been married for 2 weeks. They don't know shit about this married life."
Right.
You right? Like hell no, they new in the game. They
Right.
can't help me with my issues. Damn, that's a good point. So tell them, babe.
I mean, we might need somebody to jump on here and help us with our
That's true
issues.
too. Like anybody been past that decade marker, that dub, definitely. I'm up to hear any type of listening. You can
Mr.
never.
Dub.
No, I'm just saying like 10 to 20 years I can listen to you. Like you talk about 5 years, I can still hear what you got to say, but we've been through.
Is that because we're at 5 years?
Yeah. Like I'm already here. You know what I'm saying? I got here. So I mean, what else you gonna tell me that I shouldn't already know which in our relationship that we got here? So like 5 years, like I'll hear you. Like we can have parallel conversation, but we can't intersect. Like you can't take the ball up. Like if it was a RPO, like a run pass option, I'm pulling it out and I'm running
Okay.
as a quarterback. But if you got 10 to 20 years,
Okay.
I might let you tote that rock through that line. I
If
might.
you talk to somebody 10 to 20 years, a lot of men will probably say, don't, probably should have never got married, right?
Well, I gotta listen. I gotta take that
Isn't
into.
wouldn't that be the advice you would give?
I no, is that the advice I would give?
Yeah.
I would tell people to wait
Oh,
until you feel it necessary and you feel it up on you to get married. See, like right there, I got Go Dojo announcements coming. It's Sunday. That's what parent life is like. Like you get Go Dojo announcements, and
class?
yeah, it's class. Like it's
Class
Sunday,
dojo?
we getting class dojo.
Oh,
All right.
I was wondering what.
Yeah, like
Go Dojo.
she'll get it next, but no, I would not tell people don't get married. I would just say wait, don't rush it.
Oh, okay.
So you still ain't even tell these people how long we've been married.
I said 5.
Oh, you said 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
you
said, oh, that's where we're at.
okay? So yeah.
Don't remember
So
that.
how you feel about 10 to 20 years?
Would I take advice from somebody?
Yeah, like do you
I
feel
mean,
that?
I'm gonna hear. I'm gonna listen to anybody.
Oh,
Whether it's 2 years, 3
shit.
years. I mean, because you just don't know what another couple's been through. Their two
Okay.
years doesn't have to be the same as our 2 years. I mean, maybe some that they experience in that 2 years, if it's something that we happen to have go on in our relationship, whether we're 10 years or 5 years in, I mean, taking their advice on, like, if you run into this type of situation, or this is how we handle the situation, or, communication and things like that. I mean, somebody at 2 years could have told us communication is critical, in a marriage, being able to talk to your spouse and be able to have that open communication. They could have told me that in 2 years, and if at this point in our marriage, if I felt like we was lacking that, then it would be advice that I would take, even though they was 2 years in, right? So I think it really depends on what they've experienced in their marriage, not necessarily the time to listen. You can always listen to somebody's advice. You don't have to necessarily implement it. It's just another perspective,
That's true. That's why I use the words
another
here.
situation.
Like I can hear them. I can
But
hear
you
them.
don't want to hear nobody even at 5.
No, I said I hear them. I
Below
said I
5.
hear them.
You don't want to hear nobody below 5.
Like 5 and below, I'll hear you.
Mm.
But 10 to 20, I'm really listening. Taking like, okay, let me take some notes. Because I haven't been there yet. So
Okay.
that's like somebody telling me how to get somewhere that I haven't been and they've been there. So like I'm really in tune because I want to know how you got there. Like I say, that's like if a billionaire come talk to you. Like I know you done made a billion. So if they come talk to you and start giving you jewels about how to get there, you're really taking notes. But if somebody who ain't even made a billion or a million come talk to you about making a billion, you don't have the same like keen in or attentive to them because it's like the hell, this all fairy tale. Like you ain't even got it. Like you, I not so I hear you because we want to be motivated to get the money, but I'm not really listening and taking mental notes from that because you obviously you haven't achieved it yet. So it's one thing to be inspired and like encourage somebody. It's another thing to really be tuned in and take notes on listening how to structure a pathway to get here because this person's navigated through this battlefield and made it to that endpoint. So that's what I'm saying, different between hear and listen.
Um,
So that's what I'm saying.
I try to listen to everybody.
I know, cause that's your thing. You like a defense attorney slash counselor, and you do life coaching. So you try to hear everybody. I don't try to hear everybody, listen to everybody. I just don't. I don't try to listen to everybody. I listen to my clients when they voice concerns during training, but I'm not gonna listen to everybody. Like I got other shit to do. I listen to my daughter like I better have this damn cup. If she see this episode and I don't got this hot stuff cup, whoo,
Oh, yeah.
that's my ass. That's my ass. Boy, that coffee got some on it. Got some on it. Yeah, that hazelnut working.
Oh, okay.
All
What's
right.
it supposed to do?
I don't know. It's doing something though. I know some people might wonder like, why the hell is married with coffee? They got some liquor up there. Well, life brings about some things where you might have to spike that. Don't act like you ain't ever spiked something before. There's plenty of people out here drink Baileys, but some of this other stuff might be some morning time action for that to dip right on in there. So I think that's good. But yeah, I wouldn't tell nobody not to get married. Not at all. All right. So let's just move on to the next and let's talk about last week. It's coming close to January. All right. So January usually brings about this whole New Year's resolution. People want to do things, improve things. And one of the most common things that you'll hear is they want to be in better shape. All right. So last week we went and got DEXA scans together. I started a fat loss challenge and everybody was getting DEXA scans. And she had already voiced the interest in getting a DEXA scan because I do it almost every year since I've been competitive to get good body matrix and composition so I know how to fine tune my body for the stage. So she went and got her first DEXA scan. So how was that experience for you?
Um, it was enlightening. I mean, it wasn't. I thought I was gonna be a lot worse than what I was. So I projected it to
Yeah,
be.
because you said 50% body fat.
Yeah, I was up there. Well,
She was thinking
but
she was up there.
yeah, I mean, but I have gained weight, so I know that I've gained weight.
Yeah.
Definitely got that whole COVID thing going on.
What's the COVID thing?
Well, we're not getting out as much.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
running around
I
as
feel you.
much, or I'm not working in the office as much. So
Shit, I ain't
sitting
gonna
at
lie.
home, snacking more, and
Yeah.
eating more. I'm baking.
Oh yeah, I'm loving the bacon. I ain't gonna lie. She's a
I
bacon.
cook,
She done baked
but
up
I
some
don't
shit.
bake.
Oh yeah,
So
she done baked up some shit. These cupcakes jamming. You better. I'm gonna have to put some on the Instagram. You go to the Married with Coffee Instagram. I'm gonna put some of those cupcakes up there. It's some gourmet shit.
right, but I
Yeah.
enjoy it, and I realize like it's a way for me to release some stress too. I noticed that too. So I mean, so that's what I mean by this whole COVID thing. You know, whatever people calling it, but I've definitely gained weight during the pandemic. So I thought I was a little more than what
It's
my
common right now.
results was. But it was good. Maureen was nice. You know, very sweet woman. Definitely
Yes,
very
very
informative.
informative.
Yeah, very
Maureen's the owner
informative.
of DEXA Fit Atlanta. If any of you all are wondering, you can go there, get your body composition done. She's awesome. Tell
Hmm.
her that guy Health Jarek sent you. She'll take care of you.
Yeah. So I mean, but as far as the experience, like I pretty much just confirmed, although again not 50%, but that I do got some fat that I need to get rid of. So,
Okay.
but I'm excited about it. Um,
You know, people ask
but
me
I don't go
about you
back
being
as
in the
much.
challenge.
What they say?
Well, I mean, people gonna ask about her being in the challenge. They weren't asking like, oh, she can't be in it, but I made sure to make it known that she's in the challenge more for support and encouragement because people may feel that it's like a cheat code because she lives with me. She's my wife and I'm a trainer, so it's like, damn, she got the upper hand. But you'd be more than surprised, like,
I
even
don't
though
follow what he say
hell no, she don't follow
because
shit. She don't follow shit. What I say. Think about this, people. A professional, certified CPT, fitness nutritionist specialist, FNS, in your house at your disposal. I mean, and I'm working for kisses and butt. So she get the upper up deluxe if she wanted to, but she does not take it. It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
listen.
No,
I
she
hear
does
you.
no. Yeah, see, there it goes.
I
She
hear
hears
you.
me, and that's exactly what she hears
I
me,
hear
but
you.
she don't listen to me. I've made
I do
her
listen in some situations. I do.
okay. How's the application of the process? How is
It's
me?
not consistent.
It don't start. It don't
It
start.
it does start. It's just not consistent.
It does not start.
It
Okay.
does. It does start. It's just not consistent.
Listen, people. I'm gonna tell you something.
If you implement, okay, so if you tell me I got my whole plan and all that, if I follow it for a week, is that me starting? Is that a start?
Okay, yeah, I will.
Is
I
it a
will.
start?
That's a start.
It's a
That's
start.
that's a start.
So
But some plans she hasn't started in a week. Like I made her a complete meal plan, and I'm gonna
and
tell
I
you
did
something.
that
People
for
don't
over a
realize.
week.
No, let me say this because people don't realize this. People don't realize the amount of time that goes into a
I
real
do.
personalized
I
meal
watch
plan.
you. I see you. What you do for other
How long did
people.
you follow the meal plan?
The first time? Well, it's really. I still have the same meal plan
Cause she
because you didn't
never.
make me a new one.
Yeah, cause she never followed it. So how many times did you try to follow the meal plan?
Probably like three.
3 times. 3 times the charm. And it didn't take. So what is going to be different this time around, you think? This time around, what do you think is going to be
Well,
different?
I'm making some shifts, just some mindset and just some changes in my, in my personal life, just for me to be more fit and mentally fit, emotionally fit, physically fit, like in a whole different um, way than I've done before. So
You look so beautiful.
yeah. Oh, thanks,
You
babe.
do. It's hard to look at, just sit here and look at on camera and not say it. It's like I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, okay. So is it pressure for you being with the trainer, or is it pressure? I mean, it's pressure being with me evidently anyway. Most of my family like, oh, that dude right there, just sticking in the pathway
Right.
of personal training.
It's all right.
Do you think is there something that comes with being married to a personal trainer at this point
Yes.
that I'm not aware of?
Well, I pretty much voice the things to you when you go through your cut in competition. That's definitely something to go through with you because you're hangry. Like I
Oh,
tell you,
yeah, I am hanging.
I
I'm
just
getting
want to
there.
feed you a bunch of Snickers, like
Yeah, be
and stuff.
rough. It'd be rough.
It does, but not just for me, like for the kids too,
That's true.
because you're more irritable.
Okay, so I mean, maybe not from my experience of going through prep, but I mean, mentally and emotionally for you, does it add any type of anguish that you're with a personal trainer, somebody who, even outside personal training, just works to stay fit, fit, fit? Does that make you feel any way about yourself?
Yeah.
See, because
As
I don't
far
like
as what
that.
you're talking about, like my body.
Yeah, because I don't like that.
Well, obviously not enough to make me stick to this plan.
Okay, so it's good then.
But
It's comfortable. We in a comfortable zone then. 'Cause that's
but
true.
no, it does. Just because you have an image, as well as far as being fit, and really promoting that. So I do have times where I'm like, okay, I need to get fit. So it's like this is kind of like what we're doing in our household. You know, the kids are all active.
Okay.
They all do sports or some level of something, and then so I would like to be fit, and then definitely be able to be in a position where you can promote me, like this is what we did, or look at her changes or whatever you want to say. But yeah, it really depends on where I am. Like at the beginning, I really went through something mentally, seriously, like um, just feeling some kind of way about my body and maybe what you were looking for because you're going through that being really fit, and maybe you wanted me to change and look a certain way as some women do, that obviously work out
Mm.
a lot more than I do or a lot fit, look good, and so I really had to deal with some insecurities on my end to tell me, like, regardless of how my body looks, it's really about how I feel. So if I feel good, then I feel good, and not really let someone else's how they
Emotions or
look,
perceptions or somebody else's image
really just dictate how
dictate.
what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do.
Facts.
So, but
Facts.
we change, even being married,
That's
like
true.
we evolve, we change, we get interested in different things. It's not always aligned.
True.
So,
True. Different hobbies, different interests.
mhm,
So that's true. Okay. Well, I love it. I love it. I love her. She's beautiful. And I'm telling you, many great things come out of that. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that. I'm glad that she's trying this, and I hope you all are gonna be trying to put some type of goals together coming up New Year's as always, and hopefully you don't fall off in March. You make it a habit and stay healthy. And not only that, a healthy marriage, relationship, and communication is something she always harps on. She's way better at communication than I am because I'm a little bit more drawn back and reserved, especially when it comes to emotional things. So that's when the teamwork just comes in. The teamwork makes the machine work. So with that being said, we're gonna get ready to get into our next topic. So next thing we got on the list for us to go into something that very, I think it's very bothersome about what's going on right now in the country. I think it's bothersome the fact that it's been going on for quite some time. Probably worse in earlier times than now, but just maybe a little bit more hidden and masked up and dressed up in a different way. If you all are not familiar with the most recent popular case with Casey Goodson Jr., black male, black American male, legal permit gun holder,
mhm,
legal law abiding citizen. Therefore, I have not heard any report say that Casey himself had been involved in any legal trouble. I don't know. We're not going to bring in parking tickets and all this other stuff. I'm just going to say, based on reports, he had no criminal record. All right. He had a legal carrying permit for his firearm, and he had purchased firearms legally, okay?
mhm,
Just like any other American should be able to do in this country, given the Second Amendment rights. I feel like, and before we even jump into this topic about our own personal views, I feel like there's a lot of racism. I'm just gonna come out and say it's racism because when somebody like Casey or Philando Castile, legal permit carrying people, are gunned down, none of these Second Amendment groups come to the aid to just voice out like, hey, what's going on? It's crazy to me. All right. And there's only one difference that I usually see there, and that's the tone of the skin tone. All right. White and black. And I think, my daughter said something to us that was very profound because she says, why do people call us black when we're brown? And it's true. Like there's always this division between people in the society. And I think those people who choose to ignore it and act like it doesn't exist are a part of that problem. But Casey was 23 years old. All right. 23 years old, coming back home, had left out, dental appointment. I believe he went and got some sandwiches to bring back home to his family. During that process, he was gunned down by a local officer who was participating with the ATF in joint with the ATF on some suspect they were looking for. And Casey was gunned down, keys stuck in the door, and he's fallen in between the door and outside. All right. So Casey was coming home, bringing sandwiches home, ends up gunned down by an officer. This shit's getting ridiculous.
mhm. And I think at first the report came out, they were trying to say he was like in the street or something, wasn't that
Yeah,
originally?
there was
They wasn't even. They was trying to
they was trying
say
to
he didn't
dress
even
it
make
up.
it up to the door. It was
Exactly.
like he was in the street with a gun or something like that.
Yeah, there was that they said he was passing by in a car as he was waving a gun.
Mm.
And this is just the bullshit that happens. Then they start trying to dirty a person up. Like with no real evidence, they just start conjuring up these stories to try to dirty him up in order to protect the officer. And the officer's name is Jason Mead. All right. And I want his name to be out there because he's a dirtbag right now, in my perspective, like other dirtbags in my perspective. I just find it funny how if I go out here and I shoot somebody in this same fashion, they're not letting me go home. I'm not coming home. All right. I'm already booked, charged, in jail, maybe come up to a hearing and they're kind of like, okay, circumstances, he can get bail. I feel like these officers should be the same way. They should be locked up, sent to jail, have a hearing before they go out on bail. But they go home and then they go through this whole coaching process. And what's even worse is now you got his mother sitting here wondering why she's missing her son. And that's something that we are worried about still to this day because you don't have to be doing anything. It's
Well, up until a couple of days ago, I don't know the last couple of days, but they hadn't even released the body. She still
she
they
hadn't
never
seen her
seen the
son's
body.
body, not even
Yeah,
yet. Yeah,
she
and
hasn't.
that's crazy too that she hasn't been able to see her baby. All right, and I just think that that in itself is cruelty. I think it's disrespect, and I think it's something that's inconsiderate of the justice system in just a deeper fashion of being personally or vindictive. Like, how do you not let a mother go see their child after anything like that? It's not going to hurt you to let her come in and see her son's dead body. Like, that is ridiculous to me. Okay. And I think people should not buy too much into this stock of the DOJ getting involved so soon. And that's the Department of Justice. And the reason I say don't put too much stock in that, like, oh my goodness, like the feds got involved so soon, like they're really gonna start cracking down on this. I know some people might be tying it into Biden's in office versus Trump, and now he's gonna make the Fed get involved. And the reason I say don't put too much stock in that is because of this. They were already doing a joint venture, local PD and ATF, and the ATF is a federal entity. So with that being said, the feds were already involved into this case because the local officer was acting in partnership with the ATF. So with that being said, it's kind of only a certain process that the feds step in immediately to try to see if they're going to let local PD have it or are they going to take it over to some federal like scale. So I don't think people should put too much faith in that because it's just not a lot of faith for us overall in this system as it goes. We've seen with George Floyd, we've seen with Breonna Taylor, who was also like a state employee working at an officer or some level, not police officer, but she might have been a court clerk, I believe. And we've seen what happened with Philando Castile and Ahmaud
The list goes
Arbery.
on
The
and
list
on.
just goes on, and it's just like every time you think that this year was going to be a progressive year, something like this happens again
Yeah.
and just knocks it right back to just firmly let people know, no, it's not. So you're going to have to do more. Like, we're going to have to do more. We're going to have to speak out more. We're going to have to take more action. But I will say the people need to keep in mind every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now, I'm not saying I'm scared because I'm not, but I am cautious before I leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
I've served in the military. I've served this country, and we all know what happened to a lot of our grandfathers and great grandfathers that served this country and come back to be spit on. I just think it's about time people get their head out of their ass and realize if you're not racist, you need to step up and start pointing out those that are and start picking a side of human beings are assholes. Just straight up. You got to start, that's the side. It's not white or black. It's either you're a human being that looks at everybody else equally. And if you don't like somebody's personality, you don't like somebody's personality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a racist, you're an asshole and we can't deal with you, period, as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a
I
mother, how
mean,
does it make you
definitely.
feel?
Like, it's scary, especially being a mother of a 20-year-old black son
It,
who
it goes to school in Ohio.
goes. I mean, but it doesn't just happen in Ohio.
I
Just
know,
in
but
general, it doesn't
yeah,
matter where he's at.
true,
Whether he's in Seattle, Iowa, Florida, you know,
true.
Texas, California. It doesn't matter wherever he is.
America.
America or just anywhere because it does. It's not only here in America either. Um, just in general, like it's scary, you know. And then just to speak on you to be license to carry,
And I carry.
and you carry, it's like I don't want him to get pulled over. If I know that you're out, and then like I miss a call, like I have all these things that pop in my head, and I'm trying not to because definitely, just stay in a positive mindset. But it's with everything going on, like that is something that pops in my mind. Like, do they get pulled over? We've had numerous conversations with all the boys. Like, this is what you need
Definitely.
to do. When you get pulled over, make sure you do this. If you can get it on video, call, FaceTime, whatever.
Do
Then it's
something.
like, but if they already got you, don't reach in your pocket to get your
Yes.
phone. So it's just scary. And so definitely these stories that come out, these situations that come out,
Yes.
I have mixed feelings. I'm sad. I'm hurt. Um,
Definitely.
I feel the pain from a mother. Like, I'm angry. I'm mad. Like, it's just a mixed ball of emotions. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much just it. Like, it's hard. I had to stop watching the news for a while.
She did.
Because whenever I was
She
watching the news,
did.
like I was
She's a news
avid, like
watcher.
every morning, CNN or
She
whatever,
is.
and I had to take a break because it was just breaking my heart. And then you just start seeing your kids, like I know with the Trayvon Martin thing, like I literally heard listening to those videos, like I literally heard
You could, and it was horrible.
my son's voice in that, and they were around the same age at that time.
It's horrible.
And it was just like you literally like hear your kids, and then having associates or friends who have lost a loved one, whether it's to police or just gang
In
violence or
general.
whatever the situation is, it's just a lot going on, and it's very
Yeah.
sad. And I don't know what we need to do besides just continuing to protest and speak up and get involved. And
Yeah.
but
It starts to be a hairy line.
yeah,
And I don't want to say anything on here that will make people think we're radical, but it's a hairy line. It's coming to a situation where people are getting fed up and tired, and other people don't understand why they're getting fed up and tired, but yet you don't have to have these conversations with your kids. I mean, we've already started prepping our children at, I mean, middle school, before even going
I
to
was
middle
gonna
school.
say probably
Before
before
middle
middle
school,
school. Yeah.
we as Americans that look like us have to sit down in these homes and have conversations with these kids coming even through elementary. And it's not in a general sense of just respect, because we already teach them to respect adults. So if you're teaching your kids to respect adults or authority, whether it be your principal, your school teacher, then respect others. Then when they go out, that should be totally fine. But with the fact that we have individuals out here that are wearing badges, that are punks behind badges, because there are good officers. I have them in my family, so I know the difference. But we're having to carry that extra conversation with, do not try to give them something they can use as a reason to murder you. It's not even giving them a reason. It's don't give them the avenue or door to make up a reason, because that is what's happening. Like, these people are going out and they have the notion, and I'm speaking from my own personal perspective. You say what you want in the comments, but they're going out and they have the notion that they're already going to take advantage of a situation if they get that technically they can align to murder a black, brown individual in America. And that is what's going on. And then what's funny is when we get these reports and then finally they want to release the officer's name, they want to release something, then we find out they got 30 complaints. 20 plus 30 complaints that have already showed evidence that they were going down this pathway anyway, and shit was done about it. So what job can you work on and have 30 complaints or 30 write-ups and still keep your job? I mean, we're talking about people that are getting fired for just bagging groceries. You go get 10 complaints at a grocery store. Let me see if that grocery store is still going to keep you hired. But yet you can tote a gun, a taser, handcuffs, police these streets, and have 30 complaints, and they still going to let you stay out on the street doing this job? Like, at some point, did some authority above them not say, you know what, you're not efficient. This is not the job for you. And then you kill somebody. They find a way to get these officers off, and then the precinct fires them, and then they go get another job being a police officer in a different damn county. What fucking sense does that make?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It doesn't work that way in like any other job field. Like if you think about it, if you work DOT, you get pulled over, you get a DUI. I would like to see how long it is before you get another DOT job. And we talking about laying pavement, trains, planes. Hell, Captain Sully, the guy who landed a plane marvelously in the Hudson, which is by far one of the most an impossible tasks he did. It's possible, but it's very hard to do under the circumstances in which he did it in. They took him through the ringer and questioned him about all types of alcohol and stuff he was doing. He went through the ringer and he saved people's lives. He saved them. That was an impossible task, but yet an officer can kill somebody and they get their job back. I mean, what is that? And then even in the Breonna Taylor case, they issue the family money, which to me is admittance of wrongdoing, but not for the Breonna Taylor death was the officer charged for. He was basically charged for like endangering a life that wasn't even Breonna Taylor's life. That's bullshit. And this is the bullshit I'm talking about that's happening in America that's really pissing me off. Especially a country that I wore a flag for and defended everybody in this country. And that's everybody. It pisses me off. And I hate to be so morbid in the morning, but this is just things that are going on that I think we go through as parents. No parent wants to see their kid leave before they do. Mm-hmm. And that's just something that's adding to the fear of that among these other assholes. So we'll get off that and try to get on to something more positive in the next segment. So next thing is, I think it's right up your alley. I think it's something that you might harp upon a little bit more along the lines of your expertise.
I got a pop-up.
Oh, we got a pop-up. What's your pop-up?
Do you think
Oh, it's real pop-up. She coming up with it like right now.
I have to think
Figure
about
how you want to say it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it might be disrespectful.
What you mean disrespectful?
Go ahead, let me hear it.
So you didn't, well actually it's not a pop-up, but you didn't say how, when you asked me the question about how is it living with a trainer,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't say maybe like, how do you think it is for us to live with a trainer?
Oh, okay. We got a rebuttal.
A rebuttal.
We just watched battle rap like last night. We watched battle rap. Y'all don't watch battle rap. Like shit was good last night. Not gonna get too much into it, but Geechee Gotti definitely for the win. Danny Myers Ill Will. That was a good one. B. Dot Chilla Jones, bit of a letdown. B. Dot Chilla Jones still good in the pen. B. Dot stumbled up. And the K-Shine Paste was trash. But yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, she did fall asleep, but Paste was trash. So how I feel about living with you all as not being as trainerish as me, is that what you're saying?
What do you think you're projecting upon us?
What do I think? I'm trying to project good health and fitness upon y'all.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm projecting. That's not what I'm trying.
You
That
literally force people to eat a whole cake. But
okay, listen, hold on now.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
I know, hold on, wait a minute.
If the cake ain't gone quick enough, you be like, ah.
No, now listen. You got to put this.
Babysit these cupcakes.
You got to put this in the context now. Hold on now. Listen, I will eat a cake. I eat a dozen donuts, but listen, I work hard enough to
No,
eat.
you do.
Okay, so I just want to put that in context. I'm not telling.
Obviously you do.
Okay, I'm not telling everybody go eat cake. Okay, but you can have some cake, an award. But she's talking about I'm going into prep, so I can't have any cake. So usually she buys
It's not
these.
just when you're in prep. Like
Okay.
you want people like.
I don't want
if
people
the
to waste
snack
shit.
is around,
Oh shit.
what you feel like is a gourmet snack.
Mm-hmm.
Then you do not want it. It should not sit in this house more than a day.
You damn right. You damn right. This should not go to waste. I do not want to see gourmet snacks go to waste. There's nothing wrong with that. You damn right. If you get listen, it's too many times.
You like bully us to eat the cupcakes.
I wouldn't call it bullying. I would call it.
Like you gonna eat it. You gonna eat it. Oh, you ain't gonna eat it.
I would call it more like making you aware that you may have something here that you forgot about.
We shouldn't use the word bully.
Well, listen, bullying is not good, first of all.
No, it's not.
All right, especially in school. But listen, in context.
You like, eat this.
Eat that. Yeah, get that shit ate. Don't just leave it sitting around like that. Especially when I'm in prep, I don't want to see nothing good go to waste because I would kill it and now I can't. But you up here living all sedity, thinking that you could take 2 bites of a gourmet cake and then just let the shit go to staleness. No.
Go to staleness. You You literally be
Man,
listen.
babe.
It cannot sit in this house for more than a day without you saying something.
24 hours. I'm giving you 24 hours to eat your snack. Especially if it's a big gourmet cake. I'm giving you 24 hours to clear that out before I say something to you. I just am.
No, you giving us 6 hours, and then you gonna start talking like y'all babysitting, blah blah blah
That's
blah
like a
blah.
warning, though. That's
Like,
like a warning. That's
and
like,
then
hey,
the
you
next
go.
day, don't let it go to the next day, because then you really be like. But anyway, I cut you off. So how
Yeah,
do you feel?
I feel like I feel like this shit is set up, but I feel like I'm. I feel like it could be a I feel like not a situation. I feel like I can understand. Understand now after being with my wife and understanding how she, has to approach me with certain things. Cause I'm like, yo, if you're gonna do it, do it. Like, do it. Let's get this shit done. But everybody's not like that. So I find it that even if you are talking with your friends, and you can post this in the comment section, if you've been that motivational type, and then after motivation and so long staying on somebody, they soon tend to turn a negative leaf. Instead of looking at you like you're motivated, they look at you like you're coming down on them. And it's because they're not ready. And what that is professionally called is the pre-contemplation stage. And most people are in a pre-contemplation stage, and what that is they're not even really thinking about it. They're not even thinking about trying to do health and fitness, but you're trying to impose it on them, and then it really becomes negative. So versus them being in pre-contemplation, if they move into the contemplation stage where they are thinking about doing something, but they've taken no action, then maybe even at that lower form, it could become a situation where you might be able to move them into it. But I think it's good to have somebody around as a memory of like, yo, I need to do something. I can't just sit on my ass. Like, I gotta get up and do something. Because if you don't, even if you're not trying to be a fit freak, it's like a car. You let it sit and rot and you don't use it, don't move around, it's worse than driving it horribly, because ball joints start rusting, or fittings start rusting, ball joints start rotting. You start falling apart. So apart. The body is similar way. Like, you got to stay moving, stay active to some degree. It don't have to be as fit freakish, but I definitely think like 3 days a week, 30 minutes of exercise, some general eating is good for everybody. I mean, nationally right now, as America,
So
we're
how is
obese.
it living with people who aren't?
It used to be a situation because you want everybody to be in a line and on the same boat with you, but you gotta understand, and she's helped me understand this. Your way of life and thinking does not have to be everybody else's. So you have to understand and accept people for where they are. So for me now, it's not a problem. It's like, if you come, like the benediction, if you want to come on down. Come on down. And I hardly go. Like, my grandfather was a preacher. I went down at the end. I don't go now. But yeah, you don't have to come. But you can sit there in the pew and listen to me preach it up. You know what I'm saying? Get these gains in. So that's how I feel.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good with it.
All right.
Okay, that was a good pop up.
Oh yeah.
That was a good pop up. Good pop up. All right. So, life coaching. Boom, ball back in your court, tennis. Recently, I don't know how recent, but she brought it to my attention. There was a lady who was disrespected by somebody who claims to be a life coach. And I'm going to say claims because at the end of this video, and what I'm going to do is put some of the things that we talk about, I'll make sure to put the links down below in the description so you all could check them out for yourself. And I'm not even sure if I want to say his name. I'm going to, because I really was kind of disgusted by the end of the video. He disrespects this woman. This woman calls into this guy's channel or his podcast or whatever it may have been to get advice, basically in a relationship realm, of how maybe or why she's not getting the type of man that she would like to have. And I think that was a general question that a lot of people have when they're dating. Like, I want somebody that's evenly yoked. And when I say evenly yoked, it doesn't have to be finances. It could be personality. It could be goals. It could be finances. Just yoked in some way. You have to have a common ground or some common interest. And that's what I think. That's what she was calling for. That's what I got out of it. And when the conversation first started, I thought, you know what? Like, I think he's just keeping it real with her. Like, keeping it real, giving her a hard truth, and maybe she might not like it. But as the conversation progressed, he was a total asshole. He was a total asshole. It went past just keeping it real with somebody. And then and towards the end, he started degrading her. And I really didn't appreciate the fact that he mocked her as a strike, as being a single mother. Like, he used that as a strike. Like, you're a single mom. That was a strike. I'm like, how the hell is that a strike? And let's keep in mind, understand people. I'm just saying it. This was a black man talking to a black woman in this fashion, and it was disgusting to me. For any man to talk to her this way, disgusting. But for him to come to her like that, I believe there should have been some type of common life experience or awareness to what we go through
Mm-hmm.
in our households. For him to approach her and mark her as a strike as a single mother was was horrible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but people do that. He's
it's
not the
true.
only one, and
That's
it's
true.
men and women that actually pass some type of judgment on single mothers, or
Let me
like
see.
who's gonna want to be with you when you got kids. Like that's already a strike. Blah 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 blah. So,
Yep.
but I couldn't even watch the whole his whole
Let me see. So.
session with her or whatever it is that he wants to call it, because it was just really sad. You could see in her body language. He was very hurtful. She said that he was just being mean.
Go ahead, babe. I'm gonna see if I can find a clip to play from. Go ahead.
Oh, like definitely if she's already going into that session with some type of insecurities, he really didn't do anything but add to that. And he doesn't know. I think just as a life coach, you really should talk to somebody and find out what they've been through, what their expectations are, what are they looking for, what do they want their outcome to be at the end of this call, because you don't know what she's been through personally, and you trying to find what part
Yeah, I'm trying to find a part, but
where he talks about her being a single mother.
yes. And I think to hit on you while you're talking about that, like saying where she is in her state, I think
Yeah.
that's something else. I'm not in your expertise, but I would imagine that being understanding that you, especially in today's time,
Mm-hmm.
with all the shit we have going on, where somebody could mentally be. You don't know
Yeah,
where
you don't
they
know.
are. Like she could be calling in hoping to get something that might help her not do something to harm herself because she's going through so much as a single
Right.
mother, as somebody who feels like she looks for relationship, can't find it. You don't have a clue what else she's going through. And for him to attack her that way, had she went and did something herself, and thank God I haven't heard anything. I tried to reach out and see if we could find her panhandle or her Twitter or her social media to actually try to get her to come on, but nobody like had it. And I'm still gonna see if I can reach out and find that because I would like to hear from her perspective of what she was trying to do. But had she harmed herself, then where would this idiot be sitting right now? Like, I
Right.
wonder if he would personally be okay with that
No,
shit.
I mean, oh well, yeah, he seemed like the type. I had kind of seen some other stuff, and he's just degrading the women in general. So I don't know. But that probably says a lot about maybe what he's been through and where he's at in life, and maybe
Facts.
how often he's rejected, or I don't really know, because his attitude just is negative, which makes him an ugly
Facts.
person just in general, right?
Facts.
Inside and out. So, but you never know what somebody's going through. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know where they are emotionally, mentally, especially if you're only
There it
having
is.
a couple of minutes conversation with them. So I think people just in general, just you have to really um, be mindful of what you say
Hell
to
yes.
people, because you don't know what could be that breaking point.
You
You
don't.
honestly don't know. And for her to even go on the show, which I don't know this guy or how popular his show is or whatever. That probably just took a lot for her to begin
Hell
with.
yeah, to put herself on that type of stage
Right.
for,
And
yeah.
you can already see like she possibly has some
Self
self esteem
esteem.
issues, because
Yes.
what she was saying, about how she feels about herself. And I'm wondering if she said that number because he asked
She
her like,
didn't
how do you
want
rate
him to,
yourself?
yeah, she didn't want him to, she wanted to put herself down there so that
Yeah. So
hopefully if she did, she wouldn't have anything that
yeah,
she
and
lost. And I
nobody,
feel like that's a
especially a man,
problem.
like nobody should make you
Yeah.
feel that way. If you feel like
Hell
you a
yeah.
10, then you're a 10. And then that's
Thank
the
you.
mindset that you need to put yourself in. Don't let somebody take you out of that mindset, because nobody can dictate how you feel about yourself, right?
Facts.
Nobody can tell you, even with your fashion sense or your hair or whatever, like if you feel like this is what makes you feel good and this looks good, then that's what you need to roll with. Don't
I
let other
think.
people's
Yep.
perspectives be projected upon you
Hell
to
yeah.
make you be like, oh, I might be a 5 or a 6. It's all about your mental space
It
and
is.
where your mindset is. And I think that was part of what she was calling, maybe to just say, hey, I need advice on a relationship, or I can't find somebody, and she wanted somebody that was making six figures, and she was making six
Yeah, that's
figures,
the thing.
and not that that has to be the case.
But she was a successful business owner,
Yeah,
single mother, making six figures. Okay, first of
and he
all,
basically told her,
yeah, like so what you been making six? You think you something because in your area you making six figures? You making like what the fuck? At that point, I was like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like, first of all, you said she's a single mother, like that's a strike. Okay, cool. Okay, you want to say that maybe for you personally, it's for you as a
yeah,
strike. But then you go in to say it's a strike. Then you go in to say because she owns a business and making six figures, you think you all that. Like at this point in time, I'm like, yo, this dude ain't no fucking life coach. He's just an asshole.
right,
Like, how are you going to sit here and tell this woman that because she set out to create a business, which is hard as fuck at first, then actually to get a business thriving to be able to make her own six-figure income is a whole nother feat that she accomplished. So in that sense, his self in that sense itself, I don't see how he came up with this bullshit equation. Because he says rate yourself from 1 to 10, but you can't pick 7. What the fuck? Why can't I pick 7?
right.
Maybe because you feel like some woman as a 7 turned your ass down at some point in time in your life. I feel like he had some issues. Like maybe, maybe women was knocking your ass down and like not giving you the shot, and he's taking this out on this female. And if that wasn't the case, still his fundamentals as a life coach are far off target.
Yeah.
Far off target. As a matter of fact, here I found a clip that we'll play. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description. But let's see. Let's see. You don't qualify for one, and you're making. I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy? Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in. Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, man. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, like man, credit, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. That's a bad thing. If your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. You don't qualify for one, and you're making. I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man? And that's crazy.
Right.
You don't qualify for one. So let me say this, because I'm a car guy, and I'm gonna tell you, my wife a 10. She a 10. Your 10 is going to be based on what you need in life. Like joining of partners is based on what you need as a partner. It's not about it's a total package. That's like if you go out here to the car dealership, you go get you a Rari. Okay, cool. You got a Ferrari. That's great. What's going to happen when you hit that desert and that terrain is not smooth, the pavement is not freshly done? What's going to happen to that Ferrari? Your perspective of a 10 just became a motherfucking 3. Because that Ferrari not going to make it through that rough terrain. That heat's going to kill it. And it's a wrap. So now your 10 just became a 2. A Humvee come past you. That's a 10 in that terrain. So it's all about where you are in life, what you need as a partner, what's going to work for you. This woman, single mom, evidently single, but still successful as a business person,
Right.
making money. And she says, to bring it back to my wife's point that she made earlier, she says that she's a 5, and I honestly do agree with you. I could see it in her face that I think she said that to give herself a lower number, so hopefully he wouldn't have something else to knock her on, because at this point the conversation had already started going south. He'd already started dinging her.
Yeah.
And it just baffles me to how
I mean, just with her body language, you can see like she starts to like her body
sink in.
language. Yes.
Yep.
Change, and like that's all. That's being a life coach. that's one of the things that you should notice off bat.
Pick up on.
Right. Like you're supposed to notice like it's called sensory acuity. Like you're supposed to notice somebody's body language, their skin tone, like the flush, their eyes. Like you're supposed to pick up and notice things like that. You don't continue to dig into them when you see that they're already,
Yeah, withdrawn. They're
yeah.
already they're already sinking in, and like that's her field. So like that word she used, like that's yeah. But I mean, as a trainer, we pick up on stuff too. But like that's her thing, and she's right. She's totally right. I was I was disgusted. And then I'm gonna tell you this. This is just a little fun fact. I go and I find his Instagram page, and you know when you go on Instagram, it tells you like people that you are also following or follow you follow this person. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of shocked and surprised at some of the people that I seen that was followers do like, oh
But then
damn,
that
not
should
you
help
know.
them just off of that.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh
It's
shit,
entertainment for some people.
like
Breaking
damn, bro.
literally, like if you think about social media, some of that stuff is literally people breaking people down.
Yeah, negativity sells
Like,
way more on social
yeah,
media than positive.
entertainment to the
Yeah,
to make
it's
some to watch
crazy.
somebody go through something or to belittle them or to point out, whatever somebody else wants to point out so you can harp on or give your opinion. Like negativity is what drives entertainment at this point.
And that's
Like literally.
critically crazy to me because you can have something positive that you put a post on and get like 6 likes. You put something negative in there, like you lost your job or you just fought with somebody, that shit blowing up. And I think as a culture of people, we need to like change that shit dramatically, especially in our community because that's an issue because now I can't even remember when it was a highlight, like kids going around filming each other fighting. Like it's like that shit ain't nothing to play with. Like people done took social media to a whole nother thing about exposing and breaking people down, and bullying comes back into that. And I think just I remember and talking about bullying brings us further into the situation with this guy who definitely should not receive another client. He starts literally verbally degrading her. He starts calling her a broad. He went from calling her male, which even with everything he was doing, I'm like, okay, well, he's managing to call her male. I can't even give him points for that. But I was like, this asshole is bound to call her something. And he starts degrading her by calling her a broad.
Yeah.
And it was I'm like I said, we're gonna put the link down there. Y'all go see what you think. Come back, let us know what you think. I just think it's horrible. I would never hope that anybody would employ him on
His
something because
followers probably
yeah,
went up after that
and
came out.
that's what's crazy. His followers probably did go up because
And then
people
the
want to see
crazy
more of
thing
that.
is, people, women and men, if they did find her, if she is on social media or just meet
Oh,
people in her
probably
life,
went to town.
probably went and said some things to her instead of uplifting her, which I'm sure some people did because
That's
if
what I
I would
did.
have found her. You
That's
found her?
no, I didn't find her, but in because I felt like if she was in this post because you sent me from the page that actually had it up, and like I said, put the post down there. I felt like maybe she might comb through these because it's about her, so I'm pretty sure she
Yeah.
knows it. So I said, in case she does, I'm gonna put something in here to positively help motivate her. And I did, like, yo, and if she's out there, she should be celebrated. Because I feel like a woman in this climate, especially women dealing in corporate settings, don't get enough respect as it is. So for you to go and start your business, being a single mom, be successful to make 6 figures, I feel like she should be celebrated. So I reached out on that post like, yo, if y'all know where she is, who she is, commend her on doing what she did, even. And it probably wasn't enough. It was more laughing emojis in there than anything, and that shit in itself pissed me off. But you can't get too tired in it trying to poke at those people because then it just goes down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well,
So
and the sad thing is, some of those people that are laughing, their self esteem isn't where it really should be. Too,
should be
right?
true
So, and
facts.
that just goes to awareness and just understanding like your worth, knowing your worth.
Know your worth.
Because what she should have done, um, and I don't want to say what she should have done. What I wish she would have done is just ended the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
really, I don't need to continue this conversation with someone who's being so disrespectful to me. But again, and why I retracted what she should have done is because I don't know what she's been through in her life to let someone project that upon her. That's probably a
To
whole
allow it.
other situation.
True.
Because for me, where I'm at in my life at this time, I would have just disconnected.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know, I can't say I wouldn't have disconnected before I said some other words. But I
Definitely would have said some other
definitely would have
words.
disconnected because I didn't call in to put myself in this position for you to belittle me when I'm already coming to you because I'm having an issue.
Facts.
So at that point, and if anybody else is in that situation, just disconnect, right?
Cut that shit
Um,
off.
and that's it.
That's it. Cut it off. And we're going to cut it off at that and get into our next topic. All right, so this is a goodie.
Oh, this is why you want to talk about it.
Oh, we gonna talk about this. All right, this is a goodie. So I'm sure everybody has had, not, well, I'm not going to say everybody. I don't know. There's a good amount of people probably had this experience. Catching your parents, busting it up in the bedroom. This is why you knock first. This is why you supposed to knock anyway. But you know, when you don't knock, you get what you ask for, all right? So parents having sex and getting busted up and caught. Have you ever caught your parents having sex? Or have you ever caught your parent having sex? Because necessarily, maybe you catching one parent doesn't mean you caught them with the other parent, you know, your biological family. So we'll just say, have you ever caught a parent walked
I
in?
never like walked in on nobody. No.
You never walked in on any, like your parent period having sex, like on accident?
Walked in?
Visually seen it?
No.
What? This never happened to you?
No.
Shit.
I don't think it
I'm
happened to
jealous.
everybody.
I'm jealous. That's some bullshit. I thought we was gonna be able to connect on this. This is the bullshit. You've never
No.
in your entire childhood life or adult life walked in and visually seen a parent that was having
No.
sex. Oh shit. Well, I got something for you.
I mean, our kids haven't
Yo, that is not true. That is not true.
seen it actually seen.
We just had a situation with our 8-year-old that walked in on us. Quick pick the lock and everything. Nah, I done locked the door, I done creeped up,
Yeah, we
locked
did
the
that.
door. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to get this butt. We getting it all into it. I'm boom, boom, boom. I ain't embellishing. We be getting at it when we do some shit. We be getting at it. Next thing I know, boom, the door opens up. I'm like, what you doing? So, you know, I'm trying to cover her up. What you doing? Like, you know, she want to come in there slim. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm trying to, you know, cover the situation. So even if she walked in, visually, she's not like, oh shit. Like, she just sees dad sitting up, but not dad on top of mom busting. It reminded me of the D.L. Hughley special. Like, get off her. You're hurting her. But yeah, I'm like, go back to your room, baby. I'm gonna come check and tuck you in. So that was the degree of ours. Cause so don't be sitting up here talking.
I forgot.
She forgot. I ain't forget. I gotta look my little baby in the face all the time. Be like, did you see your mama dick in your butt? Did you see your daddy dick in your mama? That's what I'll be wondering. Like every time, like, did she really see something or did she not? Cause I know she saw me.
Oh.
But you know, she's absolved because I covered her up. See, I protected her. You know, that's what we do, Trout in the military, like cover. But yeah, so she's, so yeah, she trying to front for
No,
y'all.
I forgot.
I don't see how you forget that. How do you forget that? How does that something that you forget?
I don't know.
That's something that you always worry about. So how does it actually happen? Be something you
And then
forget?
I forgot.
She used to get on my damn nerves with trying to be so discreet. Like I'm like, fuck this shit. Like this our house because I done went through this. So unlike her, I've literally walked in on my mom.
Yeah, no. I know.
And the shit was horrible. The shit was horrible. It was like, oh shit, like what the hell? And luckily, I didn't jam up. All right, the house wasn't big as it is anyway, and it was daytime, so I'm not expecting none of this shit going down. I'm thinking that he just coming over here.
So there ain't no time on it.
Yeah, well, evidently wasn't no damn time on it. It wasn't no time or worried about no occupancy rate either. Shit, I probably should have been out playing football or something, playing sideline boogie, but I wasn't. And I go in here thinking because it's daylight, and I didn't abide by the knock rule. And this what happened, kids, people, parents, tell your kids to knock. Even though I locked this door, she be picking with barrettes. But anyway, so I go in there thinking, yo, they just in here chilling. Open the door. Oh my God. Oh, it was worse because it just made me think about Snoop Dogg's song. Like, oh shit, my mom's getting Snoop Dogged. She's getting Snoop Dogged right now. Like, oh, damn it. No covers. I'm seeing bare naked ass on both ends. Luckily, I have the composure at this young age to just say, boop, back out and close the door. I mean, they getting into it. Then you see, I'm seeing straight side profile of Snoop Dogging. Like, fuck. So yeah, I had that experience.
Oh yeah.
I had that experience, and I never forget it. You see, I didn't forget it.
No, you didn't.
Didn't forget that shit.
No, you didn't.
So I mean, if y'all have ever had that happen, go ahead, let us know in the comments. Don't let us be the only people. I mean, it's happened to us. Evidently, I've seen it. She's been fortunate in her life
Well, I
not to
never
see
seen
it.
it. Like, I'm not
She
saying
just,
that I never knew. Like,
you
when,
heard it. Did you
yeah,
hear it?
I've heard
Okay,
it,
she's
but
heard it.
yeah, but I never like literally walked in.
So when you heard it, did you like stop and like wonder like what the hell is
Oh
that?
no,
Or
when I
did
heard it, I literally was like, "What y'all doing in
she tried to break it up? She tried to break it up.
there?"
So you,
Like,
why you asked what was going on in there? You already knew what was going on in there.
I don't
You
have
was trying
no
to break it up.
idea.
Why was you trying to stop it?
I don't know. I felt some kind of way about it.
Like, how'd you think you got here?
Right. I know exactly how I got here, but I still was like, I don't know.
You
I
trying to
don't
be
know
a
if it was
cop
like a
block?
whole. I honestly don't know. But yeah, that's what I did. But I didn't walk in.
So you just tried. Did they pay you any attention?
Uh,
Did they
not
like?
really.
No. So did they
I
even
think,
say
yeah,
anything?
I
They
think they just
acknowledge you?
told me to go back downstairs, and I
Oh,
did.
okay. So they
I
acknowledge
can't
you.
even remember. I
So
want
to
to
get the
say,
hell
like, I
on.
have to ask my sister. I want to say, like I said,
Oh, did she
something
was
to
there too?
her.
Oh, you
Something
said something to her.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, my older sister.
So they told you to get the hell on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the. I actually don't remember the whole thing, but I remember that knocking on the door, and my sister makes jokes about it to this day.
Damn.
But I didn't physically.
You tried to
like, walk
protest
in.
it. You
Yeah,
tried to protest it. It didn't work.
I did.
Damn. Tried to protest the booty time.
I did.
Yeah. See, I didn't try to protest. I just tried to get out of there without being noticed because I didn't want to get socked in the face.
Yeah.
You know. My mom had already hit me for far less, like, you try to set your parents up in front of another parent when you know your parent had already told you, no, you can't spend the night. So you try to put your mom on the spot. Hell, I got socked in the stomach. So I didn't know what the hell was going to happen if I caught her getting Snoop Dogged.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I'm
That's
trying to
your
get her.
terminology for it now?
Snoop Dogg? Yeah, because that's what I thought about. Snoop Dogg, I mean, it looked just like the Snoop Dogg CD cover. He on the back banging it out. I'm like,
Okay.
damn. Like, shit. Hell, I mean, I'm just being real. I mean, I know how I got here. I mean, wasn't by that guy. I ain't even met the guy that probably was Snoop Dogging her before that, but yeah, it happened.
Oh, okay.
Now, and then you know what? I think this is something, and she ruined it for me. She ruined it for us, cause there comes. This is like, what's a rare event that happens in life? Like Haley's Comet. Haley's Comet comes around
I'm
like
just
what?
waiting to see what you
I'm saying like Haley's Comet comes around like what, every 75 years?
I don't know what you
How
trying to
long?
get to.
I'm just saying. How? Well, look, hold on. How long does Haley's Comet come
It
around?
doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter because I want people to understand the rarity
Of
of a situation. I don't know.
Words just told them that
I
it's
know,
rare.
but Haley.
Whatever.
Also, just in case you all don't know, maybe you should know what Haley's Comet is because I don't think a lot of people even fucking know what that is. Okay, so yes, Haley's Comet comes around Earth's orbit every 75 years. So that means I've seen Haley's Comet. I will probably never see it again in my lifetime based on the age that you get a chance to see it. So it's kind of like a one lifetime event, especially with people not living as long. Due to health and fitness, by the way.
But you're healthy.
But I am, so hopefully, but I've seen, shout out Chadwick Boseman, the unfortunate things do happen and things could take place. So, but 75 years. So there happened to be a moment where that we could have seized to just basically say, you know what? Remember when I was trying to protest you getting the booty and you told me to go downstairs? You know what? Remember when I walked in and seen you don't remember because I got the hell out of
Well,
there.
but that wasn't your mom.
I know. I'm talking about my mom now was saying like I walked in and seen you.
No,
And
I know, but I'm just saying this situation that you're about to bring up, that wasn't your mom.
what situation I'm about to bring up?
You know what you're about to bring
Well,
up.
I'm just saying you cut
Go
me
ahead,
off, so
bring
tell
it
me
up.
what. No, hell no. You cut me off. Tell me what I'm about to bring up. You remember this? You don't remember other shit. Tell me what. Yeah. Tell me. Oh yeah.
You about to bring up a situation where my mom could have called us.
Okay, so yes, she's damn right. She is damn right. So peep this shit. peep this. Peep this shit out. Peep it. Why did she do this? I was like, why did you do that? You avoided an opportunity that we had to project something on them that they projected on us. So we in our own home. All right, in our own home. Parents staying with us. We get now see every
It was a visit.
it was a visit. Now see every now and then because she knows how I feel about like I shouldn't have to be worried about other people. She tries to get a wild hair in her ass and it's like, you know what? We get into it and she like, oh, I'm like, hey babe, go close the door because she done conditioned me now to think we gotta close the door every
Yes,
time.
we do.
Okay,
We have
see,
kids.
we
Let
do.
other people come about
So
that.
I'm conditioned to know, like, anytime some panky start going on, oh, the door opens. So every now and then I think she gets a wild hair, like, I'm gonna prove to him it don't have to be closed.
It was
And so I'm
like,
like, babe, you gonna close the door? She's like, okay. So she not gonna close it. So I'm like, oh, okay, we getting radical in here. We getting radical here. So she started going. Next thing I know, and you know when certain doors open, where it's coming from. Next thing I know, I hear a door open. I'm knowing that's one of the parents. So I'm like, shit, I ain't stopping. Next thing I know, she like all on the floor on the side of the bed like this. Like, I'm like, what the hell you doing down there? That's my mom. Like, this our house. You hiding from your mom in our house. What the hell is that? I was so mad. I was mad because I was like, hell no, it's our time.
just laughed.
And yeah, I laughed, but I was still kind of like mad, like, you ruined it for us. Like, we had an opportunity to really bust them up mentally, like, yeah, this is what you get. And she hid from her mom in our house. Like, who does that? Who does that?
Everybody does that.
You do,
Everybody fucking does that.
you hide from your parents in your own house, people? Is that what you're doing?
Hey,
Tell me in the
I don't know
comments.
what you got going on, but nobody wants their parents to see that. Just like nobody as a kid literally wants to see their parents doing that. So I don't know.
I'm not saying I want them to.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that
Well,
I thought that you was going all rogue. I mean, I told you the door was open and you knew the door was open, so you didn't think that. I'm thinking like you didn't.
Everybody was asleep.
So she was taking safe chances. I'm taking a safe gamble. I'm taking a safe gamble.
It's like the middle of the night, 2 in the morning. What you doing up, lady?
Using the bathroom like most people do around that age. Like, what the hell? So now we know she's taking a safe gamble. Okay, safe gamble. But it was Haley's comment. And she put the blindfold on. I didn't get a chance to see it. Now 75 years go by. I'll probably never see it again. Horrible. It was horrible. It was, but you know, it's one of those moments we'll never forget. So she didn't forget that, but she forgot that her own daughter walked in on us. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I did forget that.
That's crazy to me.
But I can't forget that because that was so funny because I don't even know how I moved so quick.
I don't either, because she was up out of that shit like poof. Like, I was like, where the hell did she go? Like, you know how sometimes somebody get in and shake the covers and it'll be a bubble, then it just go down slowly. That's how it was. Like, it was going like, oh shit, where did she go? It was like David Copperfield, David Blaine, where the hell is she at?
Like,
You down there? But listen, let us know in the comments if that's something that you've ever been in. I just want to say I think we're coming to a close now. We looked at Haley's comment. We talked about the revenge that you could possibly get on your parents if you ever walked in on them having sex. Take that opportunity. Don't take safe chances. We talked about life coaching. Don't let anybody belittle you. Don't be out here in these streets trying to let somebody demoralize you, all right? We talked about police brutality. There's something that's going on. I'm not saying it's probably not going to be the last time we talked about it. And definitely talking about health and fitness. Try to be healthy. Try to be fit. Try to do better than not prolong your life. And I just want to tell my wife, congratulations. I love you. I think you did an awesome job. Cup says, boss lady, I'm hot stuff. And this is Married with Coffee. We hope that you come back. We hope that you subscribe. We hope that you like and continue to see what we have brewing on MWC. You all take it easy. We're out of here.